79 right now in Hillsborough, 84 degrees down in Waco, 82 right now in Corsicana. Satellite and radar showing mostly clear skies. We've had lots of sunshine today. The wind, it's been fairly light as we go throughout the evening. Not a whole lot of change. Temperatures come down, but they're going to stay well above normal. Even at 7 o'clock, we're expecting that temperature to drop down to about 70 degrees. Now at 9, we should be falling down into the low 60s. Eventually overnight tonight, clouds will increase, and by tomorrow morning, it's going to be on the cooler side. Hard to call 47 degrees cold, especially this time of year. But at 7 a.m., the wind's going to be light. It's going to be out of the northeast, and we're going to see some sunshine. But 70s return for the next few days. We're talking about near record territory. However, a cold front comes in later this week. That's going to bring temperatures down to very seasonal numbers as we get into the weekend. Now, with this cold front, just before it moves in, there is going to be a storm system that brings some of us that chance of rain. We're going to talk about who has the highest coverage across North Texas coming up in just a little bit. Stacia, how's traffic looking?
Well, it's
degrees officially at DFW. Dew points are in the upper 20s. It just means it's that much drier outside. And we do have a northwest wind right now, sustained at about 12 miles an hour. Pollen count, this has been giving lots of people lots of aggravation. Mountain cedar, that is still in that high category, and I don't see it going down anytime soon. Right now we're at 76 degrees in Denton, 74 in McKinney, 76 in Terrell, but still holding on to 84 degrees down there in Waco. Satellite and radar showing mostly clear skies. We started out earlier today with a little bit more cloud cover, but then worked in lots of sun. Tonight, I do expect to see some clouds around, and then as we get into tomorrow, skies look more partly cloudy. I think we see maybe a little bit more cloud cover than sunshine, but still not a bad day by any means. At Wednesday, so tomorrow evening, we are tracking that next storm system that's still going to be way out to the west. You can see the rain and the snow over parts of Arizona and New Mexico that will be tracking east over the next few days, but it looks like it holds off for North Texas until sometime Thursday morning. This is going to be Thursday morning at 7 a.m., and it keeps much of the rain in the far northwest part of North Texas. We're talking Wichita Falls to Abilene, with the bulk of the rain actually moving into Oklahoma. And as we go throughout the day, there is only a very low chance right now. We're only going with a 20% coverage that any of this rain does make it into the Metroplex. The last couple of data runs that have come in, it keeps DFW completely dry. We don't have any rain, but then as it starts to exit Texas, some of that rain will start to move back into far eastern parts of Texas, but that's it. It's not going to look like a whole lot. By Friday morning, there's going to be another chance of rain east of the Metroplex. It looks like the Metroplex stays dry during that time. And on the backside of this storm system, some snow showers, but that's out in the Panhandle and far northwest Oklahoma. That, of course, misses North Texas. Tonight, temperatures drop down into the mid and upper 40s, so it's definitely going to be a cool start to your Wednesday, but not terribly cold. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to have plenty of opportunity to make it back into the 70s and even 80s for some of us, going with a high of about 80 degrees tomorrow in Terrell, but 77 in downtown Dallas, 78 in Fort Worth, 80 degrees in Waxahachie, and then 82 tomorrow afternoon in Granbury. The farther south and west you go, temperatures will be just that much warmer. So for tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, still a little chilly and certainly dry. Temperatures drop down into the upper 40s. Tomorrow, still dry. I'm not expecting any rain tomorrow. However, after midnight tomorrow night, there could be some rain in some of those far northwest counties. We'll be tracking that very closely. Temperatures still make it into the upper 70s, and the wind, it's still going to stay fairly light. It's going to be out of the south, between about 5 to maybe 15 miles an hour. But on Thursday, that wind really picks up out of the southwest. It looks very blustery that day. So despite the fact that we will see a little bit more cloud cover and a very low coverage of rain, temperatures still make it into the mid 70s on Thursday. On Friday, we still have 70s in the forecast. It looks like the cold front doesn't even come in until late Friday night into Saturday. So Friday looks warm. We're still looking at partly cloudy skies, but for your weekend, this upcoming weekend, temperatures look very normal. They look very seasonal. We haven't seen that in a while, it seems like. And also Saturday does look a little breezy, so you're going to feel that difference going from the 70s to the upper 50s. Mid-50s on Sunday. We stay in the 50s for a couple more days after that. But looking at the second half of that 14-day,